The days of Kagurabachi being nothing more than just a wacky meme are gone. Because after the masterful storytelling that this series has been displaying, I can confidently say that this tale is here to stay and I am here for it. Now, for those who may be somewhat new to Kagurabachi and have no idea why this manga has exploded onto the scene, I'll give a very brief history lesson. Before that happens though, make sure you leave a like. It helps these videos out more than you could possibly ever imagine, and if you do, I promise I'll be over tomorrow to help you move that couch. Finally. We'll do it friend style. Anywho, this series first caught the attention of people on Twitter because our very first look at the main character made him look like the typical classic katana-wielding edgelord. And if I'm not mistaken, Boruto was somehow involved? Probably because his time skip outfit and Chihiro's look have some similarities, but that's neither here nor there. And after our initial first look, the meme just took on a life of its own. It exploded. Chihiro's face was literally everywhere, constantly trending on Twitter. Super sick TikTok edits were being made of the very few panels that we had, and professional voice actors were getting involved in said TikToks. Death Battle even had a little cameo take place during their Gojo versus Makima fight, and there was so much more on top of all of that. It was truly a wild and unprecedented time, considering all of the popularity was given to a series that was not only from an unknown mangaka, but also, when this all started, Kagurabachi had released like one chapter. However, as more and more chapters started to release, the memes eventually died down, and in my opinion, this actually did wonders for the series. Because while the initial popularity was good for gathering an audience, there's also a lot of noise that comes with that popularity and attention, which can distract from the narrative the actual mangaka is trying to tell. But now, he's truly able to shine, and the story itself is getting almost the same level of traction as the memes, which is wonderful. And I believe, after chapter 17, Kagurabachi has finally cemented itself not only as a manga that can stand on its own, but a manga that, given time, will be something very special. Now, that's not to say that all the chapters that had come prior weren't very good or didn't stand out in their own way. I personally have been enjoying this series since the very first chapter. It's a great mix of storytelling and heart-pounding, brutal action. I've always described it as a mix between John Wick, Bleach, and Jujutsu Kaisen, or just Jujutsu Kaisen in the 50s with swords. In the 50s, but everyone has a katana. And some of them are magical katanas. One thing I will say though that's slightly negative is that the manga takes a little bit of time at the start to find its footing. You could say it starts off like a little bit slow, but that problem is easily and quickly fixed as soon as a character named Char is introduced. After that, each following chapter gets better and better, and this isn't exclusive to the story, because the art from this manga, firstly, was already extremely impressive right out of the gate. But as time has gone on, Hokuzono's style has only gotten more refined and dynamic. He goes above and beyond with the framing of his action shots, the posing of the individual characters in said action shots, and really, just his paneling in general is some of the best I've seen coming out from Weekly Shonen Jump. Like, it's seriously some of my favorite paneling in the genre, and that's something of note for me, since I usually don't notice paneling at all, really. But Kagurabachi really stands out. And what also stands out is the very first big bad of the series. Sojo was a character that I didn't expect much from when he was initially introduced. He had a cool design for sure, but he kinda gave off the impression that he was just going to be nothing more than another ruthless, cruel bad guy, which would have been fine if that was the case. But yet again, Hokuzono goes above and beyond, delivering a villain that not only feels like a real threat, he's very imposing and does a lot of damage, but more importantly, he expertly clashes with Chihiro's philosophy. because they both interpret the message of Chihiro's father in their own way, and neither are going to budge on said interpretation because it's the literal foundation of who they are. So to change it would be to change them entirely. And through the battles they have, the very, very epic battles, the ultimate conclusion is the only way one can truly be right is by ending the other. Not to necessarily say that the one who's defeated is wrong in their thinking, but that there is a clear difference in which ideology will get you farther. It's extremely interesting, and the way that it plays out in Chapter 17 only proceeds to elevate the subject matter. The high-octane action that takes place over the course of, I think, about 13 seconds, in contrast with the very polite conversation that the two are having over a meal. I don't necessarily know how the conversation happened. If I had to give a guess, I think it's going off of these characters being able to say more to each other through battle and interpret each other through battle. And so that's just amplified with the scene given to us of these two eating. But that's just one interpretation, and everything I said could be completely wrong. I don't know. But I do know that this level of writing is just so awesome to see and experience from a manga that's just shy of 20 chapters deep at the time that I'm recording this. And that really is what is so special about Kagurabachi, because what new gen manga is out right now that has a character like Sojo introduced this early and was already a fantastic foil for the MC? I really think you'd be hard-pressed to find another series that does it even half as well as Hokuzono has done here. It's a truly stellar accomplishment, and it makes me very intrigued in the future of this story, because if the very first villain of Kagurabachi is written this well, we can only go up from here, I promise you. Unless his writing peaked early, then we're in a bit of a pickle, but I doubt that'll be the case. Because, I mean, there's still the big auction that has to take place, or is about to take place, I should say, and in the following chapter, we're introduced to a whole new cast of interesting individuals. And it's also revealed that all the wielders of the enchanted blades that fought in the big Imperial War are not only all still alive, except for the wielder of Cloudbreaker, or whatever the sword's name is. It's Cloud something, I know that. But not only are they all still alive, they're all under the Kamunabi's protection, and that right there, that alone is a huge well of potential. The arcs you'd be able to tell, the history you'd be able to reveal. Plus, we also have the introduction of a seemingly new side character, Hakuri Sazanami. I think I didn't butcher that name, but right now this dude is a complete enigma. However, much like the original blade wielders still being alive, Hakuri is also a huge well of potential. I'm very curious as to what Iso is. I did a little bit of digging into the word to try and find out if there's any info that could give me a clue, but I couldn't really make sense of anything that I was reading, so I just gave up. But anyways, like I said, I'm very intrigued by this story's future, and I know Hokuzono is going to do his manga and the fans justice. And the future for this story is almost 100% secured, because so far Volume 1 is sold out across many stores, and a reprint was ordered so the shelves could be stocked, or restocked I should say. It's all very promising. But with all that said though, that's gonna do it for this one, so thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section, before you continue with the liking and the subscribing and all that, and the notification bell. Let me know how you're feeling about Kagurabachi. Are you enjoying the series? Is it something that you're gonna keep your eye on, or has this video really encouraged you to check it out? If it's the final option, then good. With that spiel out of the way, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody!